Hello.
Hello.
I'm Monica Conjero.
And I'm Brees Wilson.
And this is
Single Ladies.
Married Women. Welcome.
Welcome.
We have guests today, and
Yes,
we're very excited about that.
Yes.
So, my stepdaughter, Karen Mullally, is here, and I'm thrilled. She's a newlywed, just got married in October. Let's see if I can speak. Just got married in October.
You did it New York style. October.
October, yeah. And it was a beautiful wedding. Really was a beautiful wedding.
Thank you.
That she planned all herself, having been an event planner in her life. She's high school, I almost said math, high school history teacher now. And welcome, and thank you very much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me. This is going to be fun.
Yes, it is.
Awesome. And we also have Julia Amisano.
Hello.
Who's a friend of both Monica and myself. And she's also an extraordinary vocal teacher. And she owns her own studio called Grace Music Studios, located in Park Slope. We are so happy to have her here today. She is single like myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
Here.
let the fun begin.
And so we decided to talk about Valentine's Day, everything Valentines.
And Galentines, which is a thing, according to the cup at Marshall's, the mugs that were lined up. They're like, happy Galentines. I'm like, hey, girlfriends, Valentines.
Galentines. Okay.
Galentines.
Well, that was an episode of Parks and Recreation, so I found out. I have never seen that episode, but have you?
Yeah, it's fun.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's a good show. I like it a lot.
Awesome. Woohoo.
Okay. So,
all right.
So
let's get into it.
And is Galentine's the 14th or the 13th?
14th, from what I know.
It is the 14th. Okay.
It could be for single ladies who want to celebrate with their girlfriends, or for just women in general, single or married, just want to give their girlfriend some love. I don't know the actual, like, if there's in the Urban Dictionary, if there's anything
there's a thing
written about it. But it's a thing in Marshall's on the mugs. So that's all you need to know.
I like it. Well, I actually found
up,
this thing called Valentine Week.
Ooh,
that starts on February 7th, and every day has a different theme. So you have to do this for a week. You've got Rose Day, Propose Day, Chocolate Day, Teddy Day, Promise Day, Hug Day, Kiss Day, Valentine's Day.
For a single person, that would be really interesting. Can you imagine just going out and being like, hey, it's hug day. Give me a hug on the subway. People would be like, oh, my God. Get away from me.
I could totally picture that. Or I would hug myself and play a song. I hug myself. I know that's not the real one. I want you to know I hug myself. I'm just changing.
My son Ian says you need 7 hugs a day.
Wow, really?
Yeah, 7 hugs a day.
Julia, we better get on that subway and start cracking. Single ladies. Do you hear that?
I am, way behind 7 hugs a day, man.
Choose wisely.
Is that for healthy endorphin levels? Like exercise? Like you have to have
healthy psyche. You need 7 hugs a day.
Wow. Wait, does hugging yourself count?
I should think so.
It does for me, honey, because I like my hugs.
Okay. Okay.
So, questions. So, my newlywed friend, darling, you're newly married. This will be your first Valentine's Day with your new husband. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. So, talk to us about, like, are you excited? Is it just like, okay, this is what it is? Like, how do you feel? Do you guys have plans?
Well, we have the same plans we've had actually for the past few years, which is to stay away from restaurants.
Got it.
We both kind of prefer the cooking at home for each other kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. Like, being married is not as different as I thought it would be.
Okay.
It's not like a button flips and things are different. So, we've done the restaurant thing before, but it's much more meaningful to just like be at home and doing what we like to do together.
What are you going to cook?
Cozy.
We're going to cook skirt steak.
Oh.
So we've done for, a long time. It's kind of like a house specialty, just skirt steak. And, it's a lot of delicious food, and it's more than we can possibly eat, but it's just fun.
Oh, that's great. Food and love, and it's wonderful. Monica, this is your first year in the house together, in your new house. With your husband. You guys had Valentine's together last year, right? Is that correct?
I counted. This will be our 3rd Valentine's Day.
Awesome.
I do that, having been a math teacher, which I tend to kind of. In fact, it was just
7 hugs, 3 Valentines Day. We
That's
got it.
Oh, okay. Yes, I've got a theme going. It's a numbers theme today. And in fact, Sunday, the 11th, was our first anniversary.
Yay!
So we were going to go out, but then decided to. Well, we didn't have a kitchen because the kitchen is now ripped out. But we got a rotisserie chicken.
Wonderful.
Oh, and we steamed some broccoli and some quinoa in the microwave. But I bought a cake, a little mini cannoli cake. Aww. And I had them write happy first anniversary on it. So I've decided that is now the theme every year. We're going to get a
cannoli cake?
A cannoli cake. Well, yeah, it was good. I'll tell you, it was a good cake. And there was a little mini cannoli on top. A little hard to split. Aww. But...
Who got the bigger half? That's the real question.
Oh.
Maybe me.
Of course you.
But
yes, good. Excellent.
I cut and I said, well, which piece do you want? And he said, you choose. And I said, okay.
He's a wise man. Bob, you are a wise man.
Yes, a wise man. So, yeah, lots of numbers this week. So, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, other than the electrician is coming to work on the kitchen.
That's sexy.
Hey, new kitchens. New kitchens.
New kitchens can be, yeah.
But we do have our first meal planned. Well, one of the first meals planned. He has asked me to make lasagna. He said, I've heard about this lasagna that you make. So,
well, if it's anything like your chicken parm, I'm sure
it will hopefully pass. Yes.
Can we have that next time we have a session? Maybe
I will make lots of lasagna.
Manja. Julia,
yes.
What do you have planned for Valentine's Day?
Well, actually, today was my Valentine's Day.
Yay!
And I am a complete sap about Valentine's Day. I love everything chocolate, everything to do with Valentine's Day. So, yesterday, I bought myself some pink roses and a big thing of Russell Stover chocolate, like a heart. And I wrote myself a card, as corny as that sounds. And I pretended, because when I was little, my mom used to put stuff out before we went to bed at night. So I put it out for myself, and I pretended that it wasn't me that was putting it out. And then I got up and I was like, look, I have chocolates and roses. How wonderful. And then I went and got a massage and got my nails done.
So lovely.
That sounds fabulous.
Yeah.
And you have a fabulous red jacket on.
Yes,
today.
thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Very nice.
That's fantastic. I might have to do something like that.
So what are you doing?
My plans are so glamorous, you cannot stand it. It's to go to work, woohoo! Indulge in some chocolate, and we're doing that now, which really makes me very excited. Yeah. And wear red lipstick.
Ooh, yes. You look good in red lipstick.
Thank you, Zoe.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. Pat McGrath, call me.
Yeah.
And I think that's it, because it's a weekday, and I'm kind of having fun at work, being kept busy. But I'll wear a red top, but like red lipstick, and that's pretty much it. Because it's a busy time at work, so I'm gonna just be content with that. I think that for me, Valentine's Day is great. I guess I'm kind of like Karen in the sense that I'm like, when I am with someone, I like to stay home, unless we have reservations somewhere, because it can be a madhouse. As a single woman, on Valentine's Day, I actually think it's a great thing. I don't have an issue with, people have different views, but I think it's a great thing. I love to celebrate love. I love my family. I love my nieces and nephews. So yeah, plan is red lipstick, chocolate, maybe a little champagne when I go home. Yes. And that's it.
That's it. Well, that was one of the questions I wrote down, or I thought about. Is Valentine's Day too hyped? Is there too much made about it? I mean, it's one day.
Well, I think that so this is Julia. As a single person, a lot of my single friends are like, oh, I hate Valentine's Day. I don't even want to talk about it. And I think that's because we've made it all about you're a pariah if you're not in a relationship, which is ridiculous.
It is.
It's just so silly.
Very.
So I've always thought Valentine's Day was about chocolate.
Let's
That's what it's about. I mean, so yeah.
Well, I know growing up, this is Karen. My dad always got us chocolate hearts for Valentine's Day, just as like a thing. It just seems like like you were mentioning, like leaving out chocolate for yourself the night before. Like that seemed kind of what it was growing up. Like you made little Valentines for your classmates, and you woke up and there was chocolate, and you exchanged all the truffles for ones you liked with your, family members. So I don't know. I feel like it's not what it is in the movies.
Yeah. Right. Very good point.
Very good. I used to make a heart-shaped chocolate cake for the boys.
Aww.
Yeah, until they got to be about 12.
35.
No, 12. They're not 35 yet. Although I think Ted was 12, and he scoffed. He was like, "What's this?" It's chocolate cake in the shape of a heart.
That is so sweet.
I think we got chocolate from Dad, so I was like in college. It was
That's very sweet.
never say no to chocolate.
Yes.
Never. It's a good rule.
I am a chocolatarian. I pride myself in that. There's vegetarians, and then there's a chocolatarian. This is myself, and I think, Julia, you might be inducted to the chocolatarian group.
Yes, I will be an
Might have to do a
honorary
meetup.
member. Okay.
Isn't there there must be a chocolate tour of New York?
There probably is. Oh, I love that idea. Can we please look that up?
We're going to make our own chocolate tour. It's going to be a worldwide chocolate tour.
Yeah, wow.
But I do love what you said, Julia, about, I think there's something really wonderful that those who are single, if they want to take on that, men or women, take on buying themselves flowers if they like it, maybe some perfume or some chocolate or whatever it is that you love, fruit basket or chocolate covered fruit. They have that delivered, right? And just celebrating yourself and celebrating like love in general. And I think that could make it great. What do you think, Monica?
I think that you should always have chocolate and always celebrate, and it doesn't only have to be Valentine's.
I love it.
Yeah.
I don't like getting pigeonholed into a day.
Such a rebel.
I know. I know. I am. And I think that the unexpected is romantic. I think that on the odd day, if flowers showed up, or all of a sudden, this was the thing that happened a couple of Valentines. The first Valentine's Day we had together, we were moving Deborah to New Jersey, and U-Haul truck had to be returned, and Bob came back with a box of chocolate.
Awesome.
It's Valentine's Day. I remembered that.
That's amazing.
That's great. It was the last thing on my mind, and there was Gertrude Hawk's chocolate.
Ooh, Gertrude
Hawk's is good. Wow. Oh, you know, you're from upstate.
Oh,
you know Gertrude Hawk's chocolate.
I'm
Yes.
saying wow, but I don't know what it is. So somebody please enlighten me.
Well, they're based in upstate New York, Western New York.
I think that's right.
And it's really creamy. It's really good.
Wait, so what are our favorite chocolates? So your favorite chocolate is, Monica?
That's tough. I like Gertrude Hawk's. I like that Esther Price stuff from Ohio.
Ooh.
That we've
Carol
got. Yes, Carol sends. My favorite type, though, not brand, is vanilla creams.
Ooh.
They are my favorite, with dark chocolate and C's candies.
C's. Yes.
has them,
Legendary.
California.
Yeah, and Vermont Country Store also sells them. And here's a story from childhood. My mother would get this tub of vanilla creams from A&S, the A&S candy counter. They were the most fabulous things ever. And C's and the ones from Vermont Country Store are the closest to that.
Karen, that's great. Karen, what's your favorite chocolate?
Lindt truffles, actually. I just sucker for them.
here
And
we
I'm
have
so
them.
happy to see them here because I am planning to gorge myself
Yes, Julia.
throughout the evening.
Julia catered our event with some Lindt truffles, so we're very excited. Julia, your favorite chocolate is?
Well, my favorite chocolate is Russell Stover. And I actually know what's in every piece based on its shape. I didn't actually know I knew every piece until this was 4 years ago. My sisters were asking me all these questions about the box of chocolates. And I was like, well, this is a square one, so it's definitely a caramel. Whether it's a raspberry caramel or a dark caramel, like a chocolate caramel, I'm not sure. My guess is it's raspberry because of the little embellishment on the top. They're laughing hysterically.
That's a career.
What
in
are
that.
they
I see a
laughing about,
future.
right? I find out that they were filming me the whole time on
Oh.
to show everybody in our family, look how crazy Julia is about chocolates. Like,
I'm
they thought that
sorry.
was hilarious.
I hear the chocolate whisperer. That's what I hear.
That's right. That's what I thought too. I was
Hello.
like, well, if you really want to know, this is, this is what this is.
Do you like when the and you don't need that for Russell Stover, but do you like when there's a guide on the top of the box? Or
I
not?
do.
Yes,
Me
absolutely
too.
necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll bite half and be like, nope,
Yep.
that's not it.
Exactly.
And Ryan will be a deer and eat them for me anyway.
Yeah.
Bravo. You guys have made some excellent choices as far as husbands. That's great. I love it. Here, eat the rest of this. I don't want it. Please, honey, please.
And do you have a favorite?
Yes. I love Cadbury fruit and nut. Or Cadbury milk chocolate.
Yeah, that's a good
Sometimes
choice.
Cadbury almonds. I'm a huge, huge fan of. I just love Cadbury. After that, Cadbury, please call me, darling. I'm just plugging it out.
The Earl of Cadbury.
Earl of Cadbury. Overseas, of course, it's a different taste, which is amazing because they have different milks, different cows, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Whatever. But my mom kind of raised me. I think I know I got that from my mom. When we were little, she'd get the Cadbury fruit and nut, and I would lose my mind. So now we still eat it together. I'll still come home once in a while because we're both like working out, trying to keep our shapes down. And I'll be like, "Look what I have," and she's like, "No, yes, no," and then we're soon like munching away, like savoring every bite. Like, this is so good. I think my second would be, there's probably something else, but I'm off the top of my head, Dove. I really love the messages in Dove. I love that it's smooth, it's creamy, it's delicious, but I love the little messages when you open them. Sometimes I buy them at work and give them away so they have a little inspiration in the day. So that's like good chocolate and inspiration. So I love it.
So what about flowers? You got favorite flowers?
I think I'm pretty boring. Roses, I really do like them, and I like that you can, have the petals after. You can dry them, use them for rose water, or whatever. So it's kind of like beautiful, and it can be functional as well.
Nice.
What color?
Red, really. Like,
Red
seriously,
roses? Okay.
I just think they're just not overrated. I don't know.
It's okay.
Well, of course, when I went to buy myself flowers last night, it was definitely roses.
Nice.
And they were like, and this is $20. I was like, no. It's $10. They're like, no, it's Valentine's Day. I was like, okay, so no. And they're like,
That's a New York haggler
Yes,
there. She's
exactly. I
haggling
was
it
like,
out.
oh,
That's
no.
a New York tradition.
so he was like, well, do you like baby roses? And I was like, yes, I do. He's like, I could give you these pink baby roses for $10. I was like, sold. Pink baby roses. And they're beautiful.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's great. I don't really have a favorite flower. I'll take flowers.
In general.
I'm not a huge flower girl, but I have been pleasantly surprised on a few occasions by gentlemen friends and just girlfriends with flowers, and I think it's amazing. It's great. But I don't have any particular taste as far as flowers.
Well, in Victorian times, flowers had certain significant
Yes, they did.
meanings.
Yes.
So, like
We're gonna look that up.
yellow roses were friendship. So I don't know if you remember, I bought Paula yellow roses for her birthday, specifically because, i.e., Paula, I don't want to date you. You are my friend, but it's your birthday. Here you go.
Oh,
Well, Ryan has
like-
a different theory of the message of flowers. He actually, on our first Valentine's Day, he had flowers sent to my office. And I got home and I'm like, oh, thank you, these are beautiful, but why didn't you just give them to me at home? I had to carry them all the way home. He's like, well, isn't the whole point of getting flowers to show everyone that you've received flowers?
And you're like, not really, but okay, cool, whatever.
Well, and it was interesting because we came in the office and like everyone was very excited and everyone's like looking at the flowers and smelling them and like it was a group experience.
he's a smart man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
So
he didn't
sweet.
mind.
So
That's
sweet.
great, Monica.
So I'm still marveling at this. So he eats the candy you don't like, and he publicly sends flowers.
I like him.
I like
yeah,
him. Well, I knew I liked
stamp
him.
of approval.
Yes.
I do like roses. I like mixed bouquets of things, but if it's roses, I do like yellow roses, and I also like they're called sterling silver roses, and they're kind of lavender, and I like them too.
Beautiful.
Classy.
So
like it.
Those are the two I like.
Great. So now Karen and Monica, this is your first Valentine's Day married Monica to Bob, right?
Actually, no, it's the second.
Second.
Because we got married February 11th a year ago.
Okay, so first anniversary, second Valentine's
married
Day.
Valentine's Day. Yeah.
So I think I asked, I'm sure Monica and I discussed this before, but I'm going to throw this out to you, Karen. How long did you date before you got married, your fiance? And, like, what was that like? Maybe before you met him, like, talk to us a little bit about, for those who are listening and they're single and maybe they're cool with it or maybe they're not and they're like, I don't know what's going on. Can you share anything about your experience from going from a single woman to getting engaged and then married?
Sure. We dated for 5 years before we got married. We got engaged about 3 years in, but then we were traveling for a while, so it was a little hard to plan out a wedding. But we were actually friends for about 5 years before that.
Awesome.
So 10 years you guys have known each other for 10. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And I don't know, it's like kind of like a thing a lot of people say, but like being friends first really, really does help. Just like doing things that you love and the people you happen to meet, like those are the people that you want to be around. And yeah, so like even like when we were friends, like there's, this time where like we're like, wow, like I just legitimately enjoy being around this person, like,
right. And
that never went away.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Yeah. So when did you know? Like, when was that moment where you guys are friends, you're hanging out?
Yeah, I want to know the first kiss.
What?
Like, what happened?
I think this could be something more.
Well, it's interesting. So, we were friends for years and years, but it was a really interesting moment. We had a housewarming party, me and my roommate. And we were all just, hanging out, like, having some beverages, having some food, friends, and it was a really great party. We had a bunch of people stay over that night because, everyone be safe.
Yeah.
And we woke up the next morning, a little bit hungover, having partaken the night before.
Right.
And he had rallied some of the other gentlemen who'd stayed over to clean the apartment and make breakfast.
Keeper.
Wow.
Sold. Ding. Sold.
And that was kind of the moment where I'm like, huh. Interesting.
He's a unicorn. Grab him. He's got a rope.
So then, after that point, we both, were single, and it kind of took off from there.
Wow.
So,
smart.
yeah.
Snatched him up.
Did he ask you out on a date?
We kind of just were hanging out, and that kind of became a date partway. We're like, oh, interesting. So this is like a date, not just like a hangout.
So you guys talked about it?
Yeah,
cool.
We talked about it. But yeah, we were like, oh, so we're just hanging out, but wait, but now you're paying for okay. So this is a date now. Okay.
He transitioned over. He's like, I got this one. And you're like, oh.
It was lovely. Actually, it was we were at a movie, and he loves the story. It's kind of funny, but so he got tickets and popcorn, and then he went to use the restroom before the movie started. And as he tells it, he's like, I came back and half the popcorn was on the floor, and I asked you what happened, and you just shrugged.
Brilliant.
And
I'm gonna try that.
That was the first date.
Oh, it's so cute.
You had a mad shrug.
I don't know.
That's so wonderful. Oh, that's great. So, Julia.
Yes.
One of the reasons also why we wanted you on the show, besides you being fabulous,
Thank
is you are avidly and actively looking for someone to be in a relationship, romantic, like many of us women in the city. Yep. So did you want to share anything about that? Because, I mean, you're kind of like a role model. You're really, I'll let you tell the story.
So sweet. Oh, wow, a role model. That's a lot of pressure. So I am actively looking for to be in partnership with someone that I can create a lifetime relationship with, which is much different than when I was younger. And kind of just looking to, have a boyfriend and have fun. And, there were a lot of years like that for me. And now I'm really ready. I want something stable and something. So I'm not in a rush.
Right.
And a lot of people in the dating scene are in a rush.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I often have to say things like, you know, I'm not rushing because I'm looking for something really stable and serious. But this is what I'll say about dating. This is what I tell everybody about online dating. Online dating is like dating in Grand Central Station. The crazy guys are there. The nice guys are there. The bums are there. The people who are married are there. Everybody's in Grand Central Station. The difference is on a dating site, at least they say they're single. Like if you went to Grand Central and you were like, hey, you want to have a date? People would be like, oh my God, just keep walking back away. Don't make eye contact. But on a dating site, you can actually approach somebody and say, hi, you know, but it's a weeding out process, and lots of people get frustrated and give up. And I think that it's just like looking for a job. You wouldn't give up looking for a job.
Right.
So I'm actively looking for somebody fabulous to compliment me, and I'm having some fun in the process. I'm trying not to take it so seriously. And giving myself chocolates is a very good way to not feel deprived. You know?
Taking care of yourself.
That's right.
That's right.
Yes.
I like
Take care of
that
yourself
one.
Yes,
first.
absolutely.
So my married ladies, what do you say to that? What do you know? I know you guys, it happened a little more organically, but you have to be surrounded by people who are also actively looking to, you know, have someone to come home to at night, and besides the cat, which we love, and the dogs, which we love, and the friends and the roomies, which we love, and that's great, but someone who kind of, you know, has their backup, a real partner.
I don't know if I know any people that are looking for that.
Apart from me.
I was going to say, Julia. I'm like pointing.
Other people.
Julia?
As when you asked if there were other people, and I was like, I don't.
Well, what are your thoughts, just in general, then? And same to you, Karen.
Yeah, I mean, I have friends who are actively looking, and I feel like actually online dating is becoming more the norm because those are people who have most of the social interactions. You know, I was talking with a friend who was talking about, you know, like, where do I meet women? Do I go to a library? And we're like, well, I mean, are you hanging out at libraries frequently?
Red Lobster.
If not,
That's where
you
to
should
go.
probably like do something that you do frequently, or go somewhere that like people are trying to accomplish the same end. It used to be bars. I think now it's online.
Yeah.
Monica?
I
Just kind of like, what?
you know, yeah, it's a big what. I've never been on a dating site, so well, when would I have had time to do that?
No, I mean your wisdom-wise.
My
like,
wisdom-wise? Well, I think the wisest
yeah.
thing you said was take your time. And if that's the goal, if the goal is to find a partner that you and he complement each other, then it is going to take time.
Yeah.
So using the technology and using where people meet to find someone, I think, is a really smart thing to do. And taking care of yourself in the process is probably the most important component of that, because you can't be with anybody else until you can take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And that is the most important thing.
Yeah, and as women, I think we get mad if we don't take care of ourselves. We're just mad and resentful, and that is just
And you don't
so
even
not
know
attractive.
it.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
true.
thing is, you don't really even know that.
That's
and,
true.
and anybody can get caught up in that. Oh,
Yeah.
there's this, there's that, there's the other. And like, wait a minute, sense of self. Wait a minute. Let me stop. Let me take a breath. You can't take care of anybody else until you take care of yourself.
And I'll ask you this question, Monica, because it's a question that I ponder. I feel that I want to take care of someone and have someone take care of me. Although I am taking care of myself, I really can't give as much as I would want to give to my partner and be a really good partner if I'm not filled up myself. Is that your experience of it as well?
Yes, absolutely. And I may think, and I actually do, in the world with me and Bob, I go, well, what does Bob want? Or how does that work? Or it's all incorporated.
Right.
And I have to remind myself even now to go, no, wait a minute, how does that fit in with me? And we were talking about this at dinner when we mostly agree, but when we don't, we get that look in our eyes, and you know, we've come to this later in life, we go, I don't agree with that. And he's like, I don't agree with that. We kind of stare each other down for a minute.
Showdown.
How are we going to... Well, we do. We step back, because we've had a couple of times where we didn't step back, and not good. It's not good.
Right.
But at least we mostly fight about stupid things when we do fight, which is...
like what?
what was the stupid thing we fought about last week? In fact, I have a teacher friend upstate who's always says the healthiest fights to have are stupid fights.
Yeah.
Shoot, see, and I forgot.
That's
I forgot
great.
I forgot what that one was about it, but it really was stupid, and we were howling. I was telling my friend about it, and she was just laughing.
Like cabinet doors,
might have been the
hinges
knobs.
or something.
It might have been the
right?
knobs. Like, you like that one? I like this one. What do you mean about that? It was a miscommunication, which starts it.
Right.
And it was about lack of information. You didn't tell me that. Yes, I told you. No, you didn't tell me that. Wait, how does and I don't like that, and that is something that he knows now. So we're learning that about each other, and it never stops.
Right.
That just never stops. I mean, I'm sure you're still discovering that too. Oh, that about you. Well, okay, okay. But if there's that fundamental, you hold hands, and it's still a little electric. You go, oh, okay, yeah, we can be mad.
Yeah.
But it's a stupid mad, and it'll
Right.
go away. But you have the basis. And so taking your time and looking for that and discovering that is essential. Essential.
Great.
Thank you for that advice.
I've dated online. I enjoyed dating online. I didn't have any really like bad or horrible experiences. I'm kind of half and half. Like, part of me just wants it to happen organically. That's why I don't lose sleep if I'm not like on a website or something like that. But I do believe in, like Julia said, you look for a job. I do like the idea of stepping towards it. Like, whether it's through the internet or going to meetups or meet and greets with friends. So I don't mind stepping toward it, but also the other half of me is all like, it's going to happen. It's happen when it's going to happen, so let me do my thing. So sometimes I'll go, yeah, it's time for me to do a little more searching, and I'll go online because I don't really go to clubs or bars that much. I'm not really those days are gone. So, I go out with my girlfriends, we go dancing, or I'll go, we'll go to dinner or movies. I mean, I'm active bowling occasionally, but you're not really going to find me. I think that's how I started my online journey, actually, that process. Like, you're not going to find me in a bar just hanging out by myself, like, hey. So, I'm just not going to be there. I'd rather be somewhere else. So, but there is this, it's kind of a dual thing with me. It's like, yes, I agree with it. I think it's great. It does work. A lot of people are very successful being online. I've had some good encounters, like boyfriends in the past when I've done it. But when I'm not online, I'm okay with it because I just feel like, love can be really natural, like a heartbeat. So I'm just going to trust that it's going to happen. And then when I feel the inkling to go online, I go online. So that's just my experience. But I champion anyone who takes either path, whatever resonates with them. And I think, just have faith and keep living your life and enjoying it while you can.
That's
and
right.
Good things happen.
Definitely.
My 2 cents.
That's your 2 cents. Good things
Clink,
happen. Well, let's see. We covered chocolate. We covered flowers. We covered the search.
You're going to do expectations. I'm waiting for you to whip that.
Oh, expectations. Well, we did cover that a little bit. Oh, here's a question. And maybe you can speak to this as you're looking. How do you gauge or judge a person, their romantic or their sentimentality quotient? Like, what makes it romantic? What's romantic? Maybe that's the question.
Yeah,
Julia,
that's such a good question. Well, to me, romantic is good manners. I just think good manners are the most attractive thing in a man. If somebody holds a door for me, and I'm just like, oh, thank you. I'm very old-fashioned that way. Somebody takes the lead, figures out the restaurant where we're going to meet. As a small business owner, I have to run my whole life. I want somebody to be like, okay, this is where we're going. This is what we're doing. I'm like, thank goodness I can be the girl in this situation, because I have to be so on it all the time when I'm running my business, and I don't want to be that way in my romantic relationship. Not that I'm a pushover, but that's what I think is romantic. Taking charge, not in a horrible way. I mean, I'm Italian, so you're going to butt heads with me, like, wow, watch out. But in a like, oh, this is what I have planned, and I just think that is the most romantic thing ever. It doesn't even matter what it is. Like, I've planned to go to a hockey game. I hate hockey. Just the fact that he planned it, awesome. I will close my eyes when people beat the crap out of each other.
Oh.
Cool.
Okay.
You know?
Karen, what do you think is romantic?
I think it's anything that shows that you genuinely know and care about the person. Like, and they can be small, like you say. It doesn't have to be something huge. Like, waking up on a snow day and like Ryan will say, "Oh, I got us a little 2-player video game so we can spend the snow day just hanging out on the couch."
Sweet. Exactly.
And it's like $5 game. It's not even that
awesome.
fantastic, but he's just like, you wake up and like something is done to show that there's caring and that they know you.
Right.
Just like, oh, I brought you a blanket. I thought you might be cold.
Aww.
That just
Exactly.
little things.
Very similar. Those are actually very similar.
Little acts of caring, I think. That's important.
How about you? How about you, Breeze?
Similar. Consideration means so much to me. Like, and I do like chivalry, like Julia. I mean, I know that it can be confusing from a lot of my male friends. Some women, they hold the door for. They're like, I can do it. I'm independent. That's another show. And but I love, and I agree. I mean, I feel like a lot of my life I'm a strong woman and I have a lot of things to do and I'm planning and I'm doing all my things and it just feels so great to just be with a guy who can take the lead. And especially when they think ahead and they'll say, like I was dating this guy one time, a long time ago, and we were in a relationship. Excuse me, sorry. And I never forget, I came to his house and he was barbecuing like shrimp wrapped with bacon. Hello. Bam. But he's like, honey, and we've been dating for like 6 months, so he knew me. You know, he's like, honey, I got something for you. And at the swap meet, and I was like, is it chocolate? And then I secretly thought, oh, chocolate wouldn't be good at swap. He's like, no. I was like, is it something else? And he was like, no. And I was like, what is it? He was like, a BB gun. I was like, yes, because I like to go to the gun range. So it was like, this man knows me, kind of like Karen said. And he had like a cardboard set up in the back and a bullseye hole. And I was like, what? We're going to shoot BB guns and eat shrimp wrapped in bacon? This is the best night ever. So I'm like, whoa, this rocks. It's
awesome.
Sincerely like you. And then when I went to work, at the time I was a flight attendant, I got to work, I opened my lunch bag, and there was a little brown paper bag with a note in it, have a great trip, honey. And there were little snacks and like healthy nuts. And I was just like,
wow.
Yes, like consideration. You know, I feel like not that I know there are men that are givers, obviously, but women give so much, and we try to think about the people in our lives, whether your mother or your sister or great aunt, or you know, you really get that extra touch most of the time. So it's really nice when I'm with a guy who thinks about that too. Like, oh, I know you liked Riesling or a Cadbury or whatever, you know, like pick me up from work or something like that. Oh, here's a rose, like no holiday, like, or here's a flower. It's like, that's really wonderful that you took a moment and consideration means everything pretty much.
Yeah. I think it's kind of similar
Think about others.
For guys too, because you know, like when Ryan is working late, I'll like leave a little note with a snack on the counter, and he was like, thank you for leaving the note. I mean, it's like a Post-it on bag of chips, but you know, you were thinking.
Yeah.
So sweet. Yeah.
My mom used to do, and I do it sometimes in a relationship. I loved that watching when I was a little girl. I was talking to her about it the other day. She'd take her lipstick and she'd fold a paper, and this was back like in the 80s, and she'd on the paper and open it, and she'd leave my dad a note with like her lipstick imprint and that, and I totally stole that move. I was like, that's so awesome. Like this little lip imprint, little sexy lipstick thing from her lips. Wow. And a little note, honey, and dinner. And I thought, this is just classy. Real classy. I love it. Yeah. What about you, Monica?
The unexpected gesture, which is what we've all been talking about, the surprise and the thoughtfulness at some odd time. And it's funny, I leave notes on the computer. I leave Post-its on the computer screen.
For Bob?
For Bob,
because you know that's where
he's going to go. And we when we do our schedules as passing, you know, by the time he comes home from work, I have had to go out somewhere. So there's a Post-it on the top of the laptop waiting for him. Yeah, for no reason, and they're silly, or you know. The losing lottery ticket with a sad face.
Oh, that's perfect. If I had one, honey, it would have been you and me.
And hearts, but, you know. So yeah, on the unexpected day as well. So if nothing happens tomorrow, if we run around and we forget that it's Valentine's Day, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that, because 2 days from now he's going to say, "Do you want tea?"
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I want tea right now. Thanks. Are you warm enough? Let's turn the fireplace on. Yeah, because
Love it.
I know that'll happen.
Love it.
I think some women are really particular about what they need and what they want for Valentine's Day. I think that guys can get it's a lot of pressure for them. You know, like, so.
I actually
gotta
asked
know your
Bob
woman.
that. That's what I asked him earlier, and he said, "I don't mind." And this is a quote.
Okay, Ooh, I like
As I was typing,
Yeah.
I don't mind having some day to focus on a relationship, but I hate having it to be a Hallmark day.
Mm-hmm.
Anything nice or romantic can and should reflect the emotion in one's relationship with one's partner, and shouldn't require mandated cards and candy. Sounds like him, right?
You guys are a match made in heaven because he feels about it the way you do.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he does, and we had a good laugh about that. So
Awesome.
I mean, I have friends who like expect there to be jewelry, expect there to be chocolates. And
Yeah.
they have all these expectations, and that's okay too. I mean, especially if you don't have the time all the time, if you're very career focused, to maybe make the time for these little gestures.
yes.
You know, I have a friend whose husband is working. He has his own business, and he's working really hard to build it.
Yeah.
So, you know, she really wants there to be this important day that it's just about them as a couple, so they can celebrate it. You know, it's all different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Let's talk about something silly. What is the silliest Valentine thing you can think of?
And we've got 5 minutes, so we're going to wrap
We're
this
going
up.
to wrap it up with some fun, some silly.
I got one. So my girlfriend was getting a divorce several years ago, and she was down in the dumps, and it was Valentine's Day, and she calls me, and she's like, and it was fresh. They had just like moved out from each other. They had a child, and I was just like, oh, I know what we're going to do. She's like, what? We're going to the strip club. And she was like, what? And I was like, Bola. So we went down to this male strip clubs. They're so awful. Women should run them. Awful.
God.
Sorry. I won't name the name of one. But we go into the city. We get our 20s. We get our ones. I was like, girl, we're going to threw some dollars out there. We're going to let them shake it. We're going to go dance and we're going to go home. And we had fun through the whole thing. Guys were like greased up but awful. You know, the drinks were terrible. It was way overpriced, honey. We're overpriced. We were better off watching a movie. But just the fact that it was like we just had so much fun. Like, I'm not gonna sit, she's not going to sit up and cry. I'm certainly not going to cry. Well, how can we have fun? It was kind of like a little, like a joke. It was fun. But we went to the male strip club. So there you go, ladies. Have at it.
That's the topper. I don't think I have
Next.
anything.
She certainly was distracted. We were certainly distracted. She did not think about her ex-husband the whole night. We were more like, these drinks suck. Is this guy? What? Okay. You want me to pay what for a lap? We can get those for free, honey.
Right.
But you keep shaking over there. We'll stay over here. You want to go on stage now? We can watch from here. So, yeah, that was the craziest, funnest, wackiest hangover Valentine's Day.
Awesome.
I think the weirdest, funkiest Valentine's Day I ever spent was actually at a goth club in Jersey.
Oh, golf.
Just not goth.
Oh, goth.
Black
What?
lipstick,
Yeah.
black lace.
Valentine's
were you
Day.
dressed?
Of course,
Okay,
all in
awesome,
black because
awesome.
it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's what you do.
So we just went with a bunch of friends.
Awesome.
And yeah, just went for Valentine's Day.
That's
Listened to
awesome.
My roommates
I'll
and
do
I
that.
one year, we had an anti-Valentine's Day party, and we told everybody at the door. So first of all, our parties usually had 20 people. This party had like 300 people. I'm not even joking. I don't even know where these people came from. But as people would come in the door, we'd be like, okay, this is an anti-Valentine's Day party. There will be no making out. There will be no hooking up. There will be no nothing. Do you know, we found people hooking up in my bed.
Yeah.
In my bed. I walked downstairs. I was like, hello. They're like, oh, hey, come on in. I'm like, yeah, this is my room and that's my bed and you need to get out.
Right.
People were like making out in the bathroom, like the whole like idea that you can't.
Right.
Everybody was on fire. I was like, wow, all right then. That's
You
what.
having one tomorrow night? What's going on? Party at Julia's. Woo-hoo.
Well, I can't even come close to any of those, so you're going to have to wait for the next episode for
Tomorrow
me to come up
night.
with something silly.
Tomorrow night.
Maybe we'll have some silly tomorrow.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you so much
Yes, thank you.
for coming and talking to us about Valentine's Day. And we would love to have you back to talk about
Yes.
other things along the way as we an update on lives and adventures and stories and
Definitely.
all of that.
Yes.
So, happy Valentine's Day to all.
Yes.
And
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time
On Single Ladies.
Married Women.
Bye.
Good night.